and I don't really know why. So we'll just move on from this, and we'll get back to the game. All right. March 20th, Gatewater Hotel lobby. Only a really gaudy hotel would have such a large gaudy lobby to match.
I think they're going to have a post-ceremony show over there.
They're using a compact stage, I see. Oh, I'm all ready to use... I'm all ready to use my special samurai power. Maya looks like she's ready to start a fight.
Your attention, please. Your attention, please. The Nickel Samurai's post-ceremony stage show will not be held tonight due to unforeseen circumstances.
What? Why? Ow, you didn't have to pinch me. Pinch yourself if you don't believe it.
We are asking for everyone's cooperation at this time. So please stay where you are. This is a special request from the police.
Police? Did they just say the police?
Do you want me to go check out what's going on?
Wait, I'll come with you. Please. This is probably Old Bag.
You do. Didn't you hear the announcement just now? We just finished telling you not to move.
That voice! I've heard that voice somewhere before.
Honestly, youth these days can't be bothered to listen to other people when they talk. Just the other day, it was the same thing. A small footbridge sign next to said to be already bridge out. And all along the snot-nosed kids coming over the bridge, and the boy that was dangerous. And would he listen? No, of course he wouldn't listen. He would only walk on the thing. And the bridge is out, and now it's dangerous. And kidding or the kid said it really meant well. I'll have him know that I knocked that deer off that bridge. Honestly, these kids these days don't know right from wrong, I tell you.
This non-stop chatter.
It can't be. Miss Old Bag?
What is it, you whippersnappers? Do I know you? Wait, you're Powers, aren't you?
Yeah. About what happened back then.
You didn't even get nominated this year, did you? Oh, that's right. You're doing that children's exercise program trying to play nice.
Yeah, that's me. Thankfully, I still have a job.
I love that show, and you're a hoot. You're the Big Brother character, right? Yes, even with that face cover the mask, I know it used to you, a giant rabbit, and it couldn't work about it. You know what I mean? I didn't wear the mask. It was how many TVs you break. A shame on those kids exercising around. You think I get to know that they deserve it? They don't know anywhere.
What are you doing here?
Look at my uniform and tell me you can't tell. I'm a member of security.
But that outfit...
Annoying, noisy breath. Get the blaster.
Rat-a-tat-tats now, which is super annoying. Miss Old Bag, what are you doing here? What happened to your position at Global Studios?
Oh, that old place? Well, since that incident, they've been letting people go. When they cut the security team, I got the pink slip.
What incident? What did you do?
I didn't do anything, you youngin'. Don't you remember that incident a year ago? And this lady got the witness stand and testified.
Yeah.
You were the one who was bullying me, this fragile girl at heart.
I plead the fifth.
But I think I maybe rubbed the upper management the wrong way by testifying. Yes, that has to be it. Everything is all your fault.
Me?
I thought about being a bodyguard first after being handed the old pinky.
You, a bodyguard?
For your old friend, that fiery, good-looking guy with the red jacket and the ruffles. That would never happen.
Mr. Edgeworth?
But
that sort of arrangement would be entirely too troublesome for me.
That's what he said to me. What did I ever do to deserve that?
Rat-a-tat-tat. So, did something happen?
I don't have all the details, but it looks like the other one of those incidents happened again.
Another one of those incidents.
An incident? Like a murder kind of incident?
Maybe you'll see. I'm a bit of a devilish woman, so wherever I go, showers of blood are sure to follow. I'll bet you didn't know that.
Yeah. I've been going for 5 minutes, almost exactly. We went to the hall to see the awards ceremony, the post-award ceremony for the Nickel Samurai, and over the PA they were like, "Stay put, everybody. The police are requesting you to stay put." And then Nick was like, "I'm gonna go see what's going on," and Old Bag was like,
You're not supposed to go anywhere.
and so we're having a chat with her. She said after she got let go of the place that she worked, she tried to get a job being Edgeworth's bodyguard, but he was like, "No, that'd be entirely too troublesome for me." And she's blaming Nick for all her problems. So anyway, wherever I go, showers of blood are sure to follow, but you didn't know that. Good old Bag. Then shouldn't you quit being a security guard, at least for other people's sake?
Silence, whippersnapper.
Oh yeah, and she just does rat-a-tat-tat with her little ray gun thing all the time. So, and apparently security at this place looks like a crappy spaceman outfit.
Hey, Nick.
What is it? I don't like that devilish smile playing on your lips.
Let's make like we're going to the bathroom and then check things out.
No way, the police told us not to go anywhere, remember?
Huh? How boring. You're such a boring guy. You've got no motivation, no spirit.
What's going on? Are you giving Mystic Maya trouble again, Mr. Nick?
Not you too, Pearls. Please don't stick your little nose into this one.
So listen to this, Pearly. This one time at lawyer camp, Nick.
Oh, okay, I get it. Let's go take a look.
Yay! I knew you couldn't say no to me, Nick.
That's right. You'd walk miles over hot coals for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you, Nick? Mr. Nick.
That would be every time we work a case together.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go already. You can come along too, Pearly.
Goody. Oh, sorry. Phoenix voice.
Goody! I get to come! I get to come!
I like how you tried to make her Hispanic when she's clearly Japanese. Well, you know how it goes. There's nothing really out of the ordinary here.
Are you looking for the incident that the old lady was talking about?
Doesn't look like it happened here. Well, we better go look somewhere else.
Alright, then let's try.
Oh, it's a bellboy. This one time at Lyric Camp, he stuck a thing I know, and he's like, no, or whatever. I gotta wonder if the original Japanese was there, because that's like, she's gonna say something embarrassing, but I highly doubt it was like this one time at Lawyer Camp, which is not a real thing. Anyway. Excuse me!
Ah!
Are you, by chance, Miss Maya Fey?
Yes, that's me.
You have a phone call waiting for you at the front desk.
A call? I wonder if it's someone from Kyorain village.
What's wrong, Mystic Maya?
Oh, nothing. You guys go on ahead and I'll be right there, okay?
Okay. Right this way, Miss Fey.
I know, right?
Let's go somewhere else now, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, okay.
This is a little exciting and a little scary.
I like Pearl. She's such a little cutie. Yeah, that guy, yeah, he's a little creepy.
I told you. I have no idea who this is. I get people the info they want, which means that I've got a right to know. Nope, don't care who you are, pal. No, don't care who you are, pal. We're still investigating, so you can't go in. What's your problem?
Oh my gosh, it's a lot of heart talking to Gumshoe.
Just you wait. It'll be all over the morning paper. Good detective, secret scandal revealed. You'll see. I'll get you back.
It's freezing because the internet says bound to be some huge lag. I kind of figured that. It's freaking a lot of heart talking to Gumshoe. I like how I can tell that just from like a few lines of dialogue, though. That means the writing's good.
Those two sound pretty serious.
That southern accent can only mean, hey, right. Hey, Lotta.
Come on, do me a favor and tell this cop. I'm doing my job and I got rights.
Ah, you!
Detective Gumshoe.
Hey, pal, help a guy out. Tell her that only the police are allowed in here. This is the scene of a murder, so she should leave this to us pros. A murder?
Oh shoot, me and my big mouth. See, I knew it. My gut instinct told me so. I always trust my gut. A murder, I said, and that's what it is. Genuine murder. Hey, wait. Yeehaw, murder. Oh, big star no less. Oh man, I'm in trouble now. So, Detective Gumshoe, a murder? Ah, no, that's not it. I got my facts mixed up for a second there, pal.
Mr. Nick, is the dead person the Nickel Samurai?
Huh? Why do you ask?
Well, Mystic Maya was rooting for him, so...
It wasn't the Nickel Samurai that got bumped. Actually, the Nickel Samurai was the one under suspicion for doing the bumping off. What? The guy that died in this was this hero named the Jammin' Ninja, pal. The Jammin' Ninja?
Was that woman with the big puffy hair that looks like cotton candy?
You mean Lotta?
That woman, she was there that time too, right?
That time?
When Mystic Maya did that channeling?
Oh, that time. Well, Lotta's a journalist, so that's why she was there.
Journalist?
It looks like she was hanging around here before the murder happened. Hanging around? Yeah, hiding in wait in front of the Jammin' Ninja's door, pal. But why would she... She wouldn't tell me, pal. Just said something like, "Give my big scoop." Something like that.
Speaking of samurai, should we watch that movie later tonight? Sure, like after this, we can finish it. She's hanging around outside that guy's door because she's like a paparazzi, right? She started as like a supernatural photographer, and then she did like a crime scene photography thing, and then she was like, "That's too much for me," and then she was like, "I'm gonna be a paparazzi" or whatever. Anyway. I swear though, I forgot she was in this case, but this should be the last time we see her. I cannot remember her anywhere in the third game and nowhere after that. So, anyway. Scoop, what sort of news could she be after? So the victim was the Jammin' Ninja?
Mr. Jammin' Ninja?
He was on a really popular rival TV show to the Nickel Samurai.
Paparazzi is harder than journalism, isn't it? Probably, yeah. But still, you a lot of butts. Yeah.
Oh.
The victim was the action star Juan Colita. He's got a huge push in the road to Express Twain to stardom. I mean, even I know who he is.
Yeah, even I recognize his face.
But I heard lately that Madame God's been taking the wind out of his sail. I'm telling you, pal, as far as who's popular, those two are hogging all the limelight. All the limelight.
I guess there's no space for Mr. Powers at all, huh? Poor guy.
Mr. On Guard, that's the Nickel Samurai, right?
Yep. I mean, no, you gotta say it with more oomph. The Nickel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai!
Something like that. Anyway, so now that Juan Carita's gone, that means Mr. On Guard has the whole stage to himself, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't bet on it, pal. We can't have that happen, you know?
Can't have that happen? What's that supposed to mean, I wonder?
Can you take a look at this for me? Listen, pal. I'm not leaking any info about the evidence to you this time. If I do, my salary's really gonna get it. And then I won't even be able to get those instant noodles down at the discount market.
Okay, same thing. Doesn't want to look at my badge either. Okay. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Juan Carita's room. Juan Carita? His name just sounds like a star's name. I've heard it before, but I don't know anything about him at all. Oops. Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are much more gorgeous. Let's see, record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. I can understand flowers in front of the dressing rooms, but what are stuffed bears doing here? Could it be that there's an action star with a soft spot for teddy bears? Nah, it can't be. There are toilets in each room in this hotel. Since all sorts of events are held here, there are bathrooms for people who aren't staying here to use as well. Perfect for people like me who can't afford to stay here in the first place. To Mr. On Guard from the Global Studio staff. It'd be nice if lawyers got flyers too. Something like, to Mr. Wright from all your grateful clients. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Matt on Guard's room. Matt on Guard. I've heard that name before. Oh yeah, Maya's always yammering about him like the obsessed fan she is. I guess there's nothing to do. I guess I'm going to the hotel lobby again. I guess I need to bring up the guide. Justice for all. Let's see, where is the thingy that I need? Okay. Dr. Powers. Dr. Oldbag. Dr. Gumshoe. Oh, for goodness sakes. I hate it when this game does this. Okay, this is what I was supposed to do to move forward with the story. I'm supposed to present to Gumshoe not an item, but Matt on Guard's profile. The Nickel Samurai. He really looks like the Gwen. He really took the Gwen Twix tonight. Maya's a big fan of his. Willie? Oh, I'm sorry, then. Oh, why are you sorry? So pretty it's not. Oh, thank you. Matt on Guard was just arrested, pal. On suspicion of murdering Juan Corrida. What? Why was Mr. On Guard arrested? Sorry, pal, but that's not something I can tell you. We just started the investigation, so we don't want any leaks. Looks like another Steel Samurai hero is in hot water.
Mr. Nick, if Mystic Maya knew about this.
Yeah, I know. She'd make me take the case, I know.
Well, I'm just
peeling from behind these boxes up here. So, looking around at what your options are, but you've already selected them all. So that's all I need to talk to him about, and then I can leave. Actually, is Juan supposed to be Spanish for John? Yeah. So I had to talk to him, and he didn't give me anything, and I'm supposed to somehow know that I'm supposed to leave now. I'm somehow supposed to know I'm supposed to present that exact profile, and then I'm somehow supposed to know that that's, after talking to him, triggers this next scene.
Hey, so what's going on, Mr. Wright?
It looks like Juan Corrida has been killed.
Oh, what? Oh, Juan, he is...
It looks like he was murdered, and a suspect was arrested. That suspect is Mr. Matt on Guard.
You're joking, right?
Nope, they arrested the Nickel Samurai on suspicion of murdering the Jammin' Ninja. What?
Oh, not again. I feel sick. Again.
About a year ago, something just like this happened, Pearls.
I still can't believe. No way. No way, Matt would.
What's Mr. Powers got in his hand?
Oh, before I forget, this is for you, Mr. Wright. I got this from the bellboy that came by earlier.
Originally from the bellboy, it can transmit and receive signals over great distances. For me? But why?
I don't know. All he said was it was for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney. Matt's the most energetic and active actor out there right now. The Nickel Samurai really sealed his place as a pop idol, but he kept adding fuel to the fire of his rivalry with Juan anyway. Mr. Juan, he's the Jammin' Ninja, right? Those two would butt heads over everything they could think of. But I say Matt was the one who always came out on top.
I guess some people only know how to relate to others by butting heads like a ram.
Juan said that he'd take Matt on his TV show. Juan said that he'd take Matt on this time too, so he joined a rival TV show. And that was the Jammin' Ninja. The stylish nickel samurai and the burnin' jammin' ninja. Well, things turned real messy fast, and those two were using their shows for their war, and in the final tally, look around, it's pretty obvious how things ended up.
Matt even won the Grand Prix this year. The final win over his rival, I guess. Last I know, Maximilian Galactica, or whatever the crap his name, won the last Grand Prix, but I think that was a different Grand Prix. Manengard was going to hold a press conference, wasn't he?
That's what I heard. I thought you wanted to get technical though, if you wanted to get technical about it. It was the Nickel Samurai's conference.
The Nickel Samurais?
Yeah, he was supposed to wear his costume and give the press conference that way.
He was going to be in costume, but why?
I'm not sure. They don't keep me in the loop anymore. I was just wondering, where's Mystic Maya? She's been gone for a long time.
Now that she mentions it, Maya was only going to answer a phone call.
Maybe she got lost. I'll take a quick look around for her.
Ah!
What is it, Mr. Nick?
Huh? I'm not sure. It's coming from this transceiver. Yes, hello? Right here.
Is this Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney?
And you are?
You don't need to know who I am. I think you have other things to be concerning yourself with, such as...
Help! Nick!
Mystic Maya!
Maya?
So, Mr. Wright, wouldn't you agree that the more important issue here is the fate of the girl?
Her fate? Does he mean what I think he means? Maya, where are you? Are you hurt?
Come now. Don't fall apart on me yet.
This can't be.
Now that I have your attention, Mr. Attorney, I have a modest proposal for you. If you do with what I require, then I will return to you your valuable item unharmed. What is this called again in your fancy lawyer terms?
Kidnapping for ransom.
Yes, that's it. This is a kidnapping. Ah, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
That's my crying pearls voice. My sight, everything's fading away. Maya's been kidnapped.
Are you there, Mr. Attorney? Are you there?
How much? How much do you want?
Very good, Mr. Attorney. I'm glad you have such a good grasp of the situation.
Hurry up and state your condition, and then return Maya.
Money is not what I seek.
What?
What I want is a certain verdict. I would like a complete acquittal.
A complete acquittal? What in the world have you done to need?
I am not the person you will be representing.
What?
You are currently at the Gatewater Hotel, are you not? And I know that a murder has just taken place there.
Juan Carita was killed, and the suspect is Matt on guard.
You are, as expected, quite on top of things, Mr. Attorney. Now then, what I want is very simple. I want you to obtain a complete acquittal for Matt on guard.
Matt on guard? But why?
He did not kill anyone, I can attest to that. However,
what?
However, someone is framing him for murder. A very smart someone who is setting him up to take the fall.
If I agree to do what he wants, can I believe he'll keep his end of the bargain?
You are, of course, at liberty to take me at my word or not. However, there is one thing you can take as fact. Right now, your very precious item is with me, in my possession.
Help! Nick! Maya!
You have 2 days. Of course, tonight he will be in questioning with the police, but the trial is in 2 days. At that trial, you will win a not guilty verdict. Remember, you only have one chance. One chance, Mr. Attorney.
You expect me to get a not guilty trial, a not guilty in one trial day?
Yes, exactly. I don't believe I was wrong in choosing you, so don't let me down.
Ah!
Oh yes, that's right. Now that I am playing the role of the kidnapper, I can't pass up this chance to say, and don't even think about calling the cops. Not great, but you get the idea.
Don't even think about calling the cops, or I don't really know.
Damn it! Who the hell are you?
Very well, I'll tell you that much. My name is the Killer.
Mr. Nick, where's Mystic Maya?
She's been kidnapped.
No, it's all my fault. If only I had gone with Mystic Maya.
It's not your fault, Pearls.
But it is Mystic Maya. Wah! Mr. Wright, I think we should tell the police what's going on.
No, we can't do that. If we do, who knows what'll happen to Maya?
Mr. Nick, what about the detective we saw earlier?
Detective Gumshoe. Yes, that's it. Wait here. I'll be right back.
Alright, I'll take care of Pearl while you're away.
What? Ransom? Shh, not so loud. The ransom is complete acquittal for Madame Guard. Wait, the deal is complete acquittal in exchange for Maya, you mean? And this means Madame Guard is obviously the killer, pal. No doubt about it. But the guy said that Madame Guard is innocent. You really believe what a kidnapper tells you, pal? I guess he has a point. If On Guard really is innocent, then why the kidnapping? And on top of everything else, there's all this evidence we keep finding. Huh? The forensics team's having a field day back there. But it's strange. There's so much evidence it feels like something's wrong. There's too much evidence? Is that possible? Actually, didn't the kidnapper say something about On Guard being set up? Anyway, looks like you won't be leaving here tonight, pal. Just sit tight and cooperate with the investigation. Tomorrow you can start yours. Alright. Isn't there another way? We've also got to be careful about pushing the kidnapper the wrong way. You're right. Ow, my head! Where am I? I wonder if I'm still in that hotel. What happened to me? Nick! Early! Come on, you guys. This isn't funny anymore.
I see that you have awoken.
Ah! Who are you?
Me? I am known as the Killer.
The killer? You mean like an assassin? I'm too young to die.
Don't worry. You are not my target. For now, anyway.
Ah! Nick! Where are you? Help me!
Yes, that's right. Only one person can save you now, and that is Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Huh? What? Nick's going to save me?
Calm down and be a good girl. Think of this as a business transaction.
A business transaction?
I am going to contact him now. I hope you'll cooperate and play your assigned role well.
Nick! What's going to happen to me, Nick? Pearly? Sis? Well, Sis is dead, but still.
Is this Mr. Phoenix Wright, the attorney? You don't need to know who I am. I think you have other things to be concerning yourself with, such as... etc.
Nick?
Good morning.
Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, come on, let's hurry and go see Matt on guard.
We have to wait a bit, Pearls. Visiting hours don't start until 9 a.m., so...
Oh, I see. Mystic Maya, if only I had gone with you.
Poor Pearls, she's been like this since last night. We managed to get home somehow yesterday evening, thanks to Detective Gumshoe gently holding her by the hand and leading her here.
But by the looks of it, I don't think Pearl's got any sleep at all last night.
Mr. Nick, Mystic Maya, she's alright, right?
Yeah, she's alright. Either way, I'm going to save her. You can trust me on that.
Please, help her.
I'm only able to stay this calm and collected because Pearls is doing the crying for the both of us.
I have a thought.
Huh?
You're going to represent Mr. On Guard, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't really seem to have a choice.
But what if he is the real murderer? What would you do then, Mr. Nick? Would you fight to get a not guilty for a murderer to save Mystic Maya?
Pearls, let's talk to Mr. On Guard first, okay? We can think about all the bad things we want, but it doesn't change a thing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I can't stop thinking about it.
Pearls, you're really worried about Maya, aren't you?
I don't really have anyone else left in this world.
What do you mean?
My family's all gone.
Her family?
My father, he left my mother and the village behind, and went away.
I'm sorry.
And my mother, she did that thing all for me. Mystic Maya, she's like a sister to me. She's all I have left in this world.
Anyway, bye. Couldn't wait for visiting hours to start, so Pearls and I came down here early to visit one nickel samurai charged with the murder of the Jammin Ninja. Good morning, how are you today? I know the situation might be a little tough for you. We're... Oh, sorry, dude. I already signed up. Excuse me? I already have life insurance. I signed up a long time ago because my job is, you know. Oh, no. We're not insurance salespeople. Really? Dude, I really don't need that right now either. Fire extinguishers, I mean. This building isn't my house, so... No, we're not here to sell you fire extinguishers either. I'm a lawyer. My name is Mr. Phoenix Wright. A lawyer. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna ask my manager, okay?
The Nickel Samurai sure is a strange person, isn't he?
I think strange is an understatement. Sorry about that. You're just in time. Huh? You're a lawyer dude, right? My manager's looking for a good one right now, so how about it?
Mr. Nick, this is our chance.
I have to make him let me take the case. I have to. Sorry to intrude, but I'd like to ask you a few personal questions. Oh, that's okay, my dude. My autobiography's coming out soon, so if I say stuff without the publisher's approval, then I'm gonna be in a real hot water. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna ask my publisher, okay?
Mr. On Guard is so lucky. He has so many people he can talk to.
I don't know if he's actually has anyone he can really talk to. Sorry about that. Like I thought, the publisher said it'd be real bad if I said anything, dude. Does he have a mind of his own? Mr. On Guard, I'd like to ask you about the murder. Oh, are you covering this like a tabloid side job, dude? Well, if you want my statement on this, you should really ask through my staff. No, I'm not asking on behalf of a tabloid. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna ask the president of the studio, okay?
Is he alright, Mr. Nick?
If we're talking about Matt On Guard's brain here, I wouldn't put my money on it. Sorry about that. Studio president said, even Neo Mount Fuji itself knows that I'm not the murderer.
Mr. Nick, what's Neo Mount Fuji?
It's a mountain in the city of Neo Tokyo, the city the Nickel Samurai protects. Let me guess I have to present something here that I wouldn't know to present to him. What's that? It's a ticket from the press conference. You were going to give one. You were going to give one after winning the Grand Prix, right? Oh, give one. Give a press conference after winning the Grand Prix, right?
Huh? Me?
Yes, well, you were in costume, no less.
I never heard anything like that, dude. I only heard about the stage show. I always do that kind of thing, that kind of stuff to my manager.
He didn't know. That's odd.
Mr. Nick, what are you going to do with that?
I don't know yet, but I figured I could at least show it to him.
Is that a transceiver? Hey, it looks like a real nice one, too.
I got it as a present from someone.
Interesting.
I've also been instructed to take your case.
Is that what you heard from the transceiver?
Yes.
Dude, that's terrible. Don't let some disembodied voice boss you around.
This is coming from a man with a cell phone on his wrist.
Well, dude, I think it's about time for me to get going.
Please wait. I really need to take your case.
There's always other people in need of a lawyer, right? Want me to introduce you to a few?
Please let Mr. Nick represent you.
Man, oh man, lawyers these days. They just use kids to pull in clients too.
You don't take me as your lawyer, then the killer is going to...
Wait, what did you just say?
The killer.
The killer?
What's he doing? It looks like he's mulling something over.
Alright, dude. I accept your terms.
Huh?
I'll let you present me in court.
We did it. We did it, Mr. Nick. Yeah. I don't feel any better for it. And he doesn't look too happy either.
Go ahead, ask me anything. I'll help out as much as I can. Bruh. Man, thank lucky stars that people know my name.
Well, you're quite the hero, and you're in the national spotlight.
I didn't know who he is. Does that mean I'm not a good citizen? It's really great to be the Nickel Samurai. Dude, lately, I just keep on getting more and more popular.
True enough. Nickel Samurai is very popular among high schoolers and secretaries right now. I guess Mr. On Guard is a way of catching eyes of women.
You know my motto? Refreshing like a spring breeze. That's what I am. A spring breeze. That's why this kind of scandal is disastrous, dude. I mean, even if I get out of here tomorrow, it's still gonna look bad.
But everyone loves a good scandal. Can you tell me about your activities last night?
After I got the award, I took a break and went back to my room. I had a post-ceremony stage show to do. So I was in my Nickel Samurai costume, even though he was just like, what are you talking about?
And you were alone the entire time.
My manager was running around being busy, so yeah.
Because of the press conference you were supposed to hold after the show?
I told you, dude, I have no idea about any press conference, alright?
That's strange. I thought Nickel Samurai was going to confess something.
Anyway, when I was leaving my room, that's when I noticed it was kind of noisy.
Mr. Kurita was already dead at that time?
Yeah, that's what I gathered anyway from my manager.
I'm beginning to gather that this guy can't do a thing on his own.
That's when the detective in the green coat showed up. He searched me, and then out of the blue, the dude arrested me.
About you and the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita. What sort of...
It's got nothing to do with anything, dude. Man, with the face of his, you can't even tell he's the same age as me. They wanted to try and make a jamming ninja movie, even though we all know it'd fail.
The Nickel Samurai still won in the end, right?
Yeah, it looks like it took the Grand Prix by storm. So why would I, the winner, have any reason to kill that guy anyway? Dude, you'd think it'd be the other way around, you know?
Do you know why you were arrested?
I guess maybe my full body search went badly.
Did they find something on you?
Found a button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
A button?
I don't get it either. I was caught in the pleats of my samurai pants, or hakama. Dude, I really think someone planted it there, though. I'm serious.
I wonder if that's what really happened. I guess this is all I'm going to get out of him.
Mr. Nick,
Yeah?
let's ask one last thing.
Let's test Mr. On Guard to see if he really is innocent or not. Oh, sorry.
Let's test Mr. On Guard to see if he really is innocent or not.
Pearls with the galaxy-level brain coming in. Let's do this thing. We can do that?
Yes, if you use this,
Maya's Mega Tomahawk!
he won't be able to hide any secrets from you, Mr. Nick. I'm sure of it.
I get it. I always like this music. Mr. On Guard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Please answer me honestly.
What is it, dude?
Did you kill Mr. Juan Carita? Please put the phone away and answer this question yourself.
Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Carita, okay?
Well, Mr. Nick,
Nothing. Not a chain or a lock in sight.
which means it's alright to trust him.
Yeah, it does appear that way. Well, at least I can breathe a sigh of relief knowing my client is innocent.
Trial's tomorrow, right? Counting on you, dude.
Kinda looks like you. Does?
Bruh.
I don't know. His voice is murdering my normal voice, by the way. I might lighten up on the surfer dude just a little bit. I'm gonna get some more water, too. Maybe I'll get some orange juice. I'll get some cruddy orange juice that we have. I don't think so. Is there? I don't know. Well, yeah, we'd probably need that if we were gonna make it. Like a cheese soup? Yeah.
Mr. Nick, I'm back.
Drink water? Not the orange juice. I got the orange juice, though. Well, at least we were able to get Matt on guard as our client. And we know that he didn't do it, which is very important.
So now what should we do?
Well, the trial's tomorrow, and we only get this one chance. There's only one way to prove Mr. On Guard's innocent. We have to find the real killer.
Okay, then let's start looking.
I don't want to talk to Old Bag, but Old Bag's voice destroys me too. It is. It is. It is. I want to talk to Old Bag. Oh.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't just come in without...
Good morning.
Hold on, it's you! What are you doing? What's going on around here? I heard Port Wano was killed, is that true? It's a bad rerun is what it is. Another steel samurai doing the most evil of deeds. You know, that's not entirely... I was a huge fan of wands. Why oh why do all the stars I'm interested in drop like flies? It's always been that way, ever since I was a little girl in elementary school. So, class hamster was fine, and the kids started calling me Queen Reaper, and that's when it dubbed me, and then your spell dies within minutes. It would haunt... Actually, I wanted to ask you about the murder and what happened. Don't push me, boy.
Mr. Nick, I couldn't hear everything she said because she was talking too fast.
Miss Oldbag, could you please speak a little slower? Don't boss me around, you spiky-haired smarty pants. Tat-a-tat-tat-a-tat-tat-tat. My dear Hammer died a year ago in a dreadful murder. And only recently did I finally find a star that makes my heart go ba-dump again. I don't know what to say. I ask you, why does every star I cheer for always end up kicking the bucket? I don't watch your words. No one's gonna get away with saying anything bad about my wand. And I haven't said anything. Well, I don't believe a word that woman says anyway. Huh? What woman? That irritating backwater girl with the afro and the horrible country accent. I mean, what is it that the manner of speaking supposed to be, and why does she never stop? Honestly, women these days, they don't know the meaning of the word modesty. When I was a young maiden, I was so beautiful, even the flowers in the field blushed, but despite that, I pressed the flowers on the stars and... Pearls, are you thirsty?
A little.
Okay, I'll go get you some juice or something.
Thank you very much.
Hey, are you paying attention? Youngins these days. I'm guessing Miss Oldbag heard everything from Lana. I want to ask you about what happened around the time of the murder. Oh, I don't know anything about that. I was here getting ready. Getting ready for what? The show, of course. Well, and the press conference afterwards. Cue mysterious music for the magical press conference. Anyway, I don't know anything about the murder. Oh, I see. But if you're talking about what I saw, that's different. I saw it very clearly.
What?
I saw the most important moment of the night. The most important moment? You don't mean... Oh, so now you just treat me with respect, you disrespectful child. When you speak to your elders, you should always be polite. Really, kids today. Please tell me, what did you see? Murder last night was gruesome, wasn't it? But then, what murder isn't? Please don't stray into another tangent, please. If you want to hear more, then show respect and bring this lady a present.
Is the kidnapper of Maya the killer? Yes, he is the killer. That is his name. Got it. I think so, though. Anyway.
Looks like the investigation is still in full swing.
The hotel staff and the police are running around like a bunch of headless chickens. I wonder if we can do any investigating of our own in this kind of atmosphere.
Well, gotta roll up the old sleeves and try, I guess. Okay. Hey, you're there. You're here. I'm waiting for you, Mr. Lawyer. Lotta. Hey, Mr. Cop fella. Thief's shown his face. What? Arrest him. Put him on trial. Find him guilty. Give him the death penalty. What's wrong, Lotta? Are you feeling alright? Look here and there and up and down on the mountain, but it ain't here. So why don't you just hurry up and get back to me, you creep?
What are you looking for?
My camera. C-A-M-E-R-A. That's my lifeblood. I'm gonna die without my $700 camera. It took me all year to scratch up that kind of money. A lot when you're picking up bottles off the street. Bottle only worth 5 cents. Takes a long time. Your camera? Look, don't let the people say criminal always goes back to the scene of the crime. And look, here you are. Yep, here I am, faced with a lot of trouble.
Huh?
So you lost your camera? There ain't no ordinary camera. Yep. You gotta buy it in the store and it's $1,600 brand new.
Huh? But didn't you just say you bought it for 700?
I had a nice long talk with the guy at the store. About 5 hours, I reckon. He was about ready to shoot himself in the head. Made a little itty bitty scratch on it, and the manager got all huffed up in the face. He gave me his talk to and was real mean about it too. He made me don't cry at that.
When did you lose your camera?
Last night after the murder happened. Must have been when I was busy running around looking into things. And that's when I lost sight of my dear, darn, expensive sweetie.
Well, Mulata, what did you capture with that expensive camera of yours?
I don't rightly know. I snapshot anything caught my eye. So I don't remember. And besides, I couldn't get anything from my big scoop.
I wonder if Lada's missing camera is connected to the murder. Is he even connected to the murder? Very expensive, valued item at $600. It was stolen around the time of the murder. Lada, please tell me what you know about what happened at the time of the murder.
Well, from before the ceremony last night, I was hanging around here in this area. Yeah, actually, I was here until around the time Mr. Ungard was arrested.
What were you doing here?
You sure you went to school, city boy? Whenever a lot of hot goes, there's a story to be found. Big scoop to be had.
Big scoop?
I told you before, I'm gonna be the best tabloid photographer the world has ever seen. Reckon, of course, that means I'm gonna always be looking for the perfect shot.
I wonder what the scoop is she's after this time.
Though I was always on the lookout for some stars that were here. So, I wasn't here the entire time.
Lada, are you sure you weren't here the entire time? So you could take a picture for your big scoop?
Well, maybe I was, but that's what a real journalist do. Got some juicy inside info, so I thought to myself, why not get a picture for proof?
What kind of story was it that would hang around here?
Oops, sorry, Mr. Lawyer. Can't be telling you that. Trade secret, you know?
Not again. Why does everyone have something to hide?
We've been stopped, haven't we?
Oh yeah, take that, Mr. Lawyer.
I'm glad someone around here is happy. Miss Lada, your eye rules smile. No one wants to help me find the truth. They're all like, murder's fine, who cares?
Juan Carita's room, Mr. Nick. Where are we?
We're in Mr. Juan Carita's room, Pearls.
Mr. Carita.
The victim. Which means this is a crime scene, too.
Oh, it's you! So what's happened? The kidnapper, has he contacted you again?
Not yet. He probably won't until we win Mr. Ungard's acquittal.
You doing okay, pal? Hanging in now?
I just want Maya to be alright.
We don't have a lot of time left, but I'm gonna help you as much as I can, pal.
Could you do that? Can you do that? Even if we want to look around the crime scene?
Just this once. Special circumstances, white pal. I'll even tell you everything I know, but you gotta keep quiet. It's my neck on the line here.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what. I got you guys a map of the hotel, pal. Here you go, little missy.
Wow, you're giving it to me? Thank you.
Wouldn't want you to get lost in the hotel too big for its own good.
Mr. Nick, I got a map. Mr. Nick.
That's great, Pearls.
But Mr. Nick, I can't read what it says.
Oh, Pearl.
I'm laughing for no reason.
Do you know what was the cause of death?
Well, technically the final autopsy report isn't out yet, but one look at the victim should tell you, pal.
It should?
Yeah, he was a picture.
There's a knife in his chest.
Yeah, pal. That's the motor weapon.
So he was stabbed to death.
They're looking at the fingerprints down at the lab right now.
There were fingerprints on the knife?
Yep. And it looks like they're pretty sure they're Madame God's prints, pal.
That's bad. Real bad. Why was Mr. Ungard arrested?
Because we had evidence on him.
Because he had evidence on him.
Evidence?
It's like the victim, Juan Carita, put a really... put up a big fight. Willie put up a big fight. Yeah, one look at the crime scene and you can tell. There's signs of a struggle everywhere. There's a bear falling over in the background. There's a case open. I don't know. Well, yeah, during the fight, his button came off. Mr. On-Guard said something about that button. Something like, one of the Gem and Ninja's buttons got caught in a Sakama. That's not all. What? It was a witness, pal. A witness? Who is it? That lady, Miss Old Bag. Please, anyone but her. Now we're gonna have to talk to her in court. The prosecution has plenty of evidence to make a solid case. Not to mention there's something around here where the pick was a little off. Something that's a little off? As in, that's for you to figure out, pal.
Alright, let's try to figure it out, Mr. Nick.
They already mentioned this earlier, but he never had his guitar. Because the Jam Ninja has a red guitar. What if it wasn't a struggle and was made to look like it? Yeah, I know, right? This is a guitar case, I guess. A little beat up, but still usable.
That's strange. The guitar is not here.
Maybe he forgot to bring it to the show.
But Mystic Maya, she said the bright red guitar was the Gem and Ninja's signature item.
That's true. What? This guitar case is wet, but it's only wet on the top of the lid.
Yeah, there's no water inside the case. This is water, isn't it?
There's some water, but only on top of the lid. It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Because we can't have alcohol, otherwise this game would have a harsher rating.
Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it much.
There's a bottle of it on the table over there. That's probably where this came from. It looks like ketchup. Because there's hardly any of it taken out of there, too. Compared to what's in the glass. But anyway.
But doesn't it seem weird?
What seemed weird?
I mean, everything else is scattered all over the floor.
She's right. The flower vase is broken, and the makeup is strewn everywhere.
Why is this glass the only thing that's still alright?
Pearl's the, investigator, though.
So that's a bed, right?
Yep, it's big, but it's a bed.
Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft.
Big beds must be a rarity for her. It looks like Mr. Kurita had dinner last night.
This bottle, it's tomato juice.
He had a lot of food at the awards show last night, but I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only eating a meager meal like this. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant.
What are these bits of glass from?
Flower vase, maybe? There are flowers on the floor, but I don't know what they are.
You don't know much about flowers, do you, Mr. Nick?
Can we talk about the Robo-Dog? I guess not.
It's so messy here.
Girls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it.
There's a lot of electronic things in here that I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, pretty please.
Okay, that over there's a watch. You wear it on your wrist.
I know what a watch is.
Oops, for a second there. I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. What? What? It's a suitcase. There's so many things in it that I bet it rarely closes. Barely closes. There's his clothes, a dryer, electric shaver, a calculator.
Do all stars pack too much stuff like Mr. Kurita? Wow, there's a lot of bears.
Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have?
There's even a few in the trash can.
Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Poor teddies.
Oh, poor teddies.
It's hard to bear with all these problems. Growl! I'll haunt you forever, Phoenix Wright. You'll never escape.
I don't think I want to bear with the trauma that the last case caused me.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
There's all sorts of things in this refrigerator.
The carrot juice bottle and the tomato juice bottle are both empty.
Empty? Is it too much of a hassle to throw them away, I guess? They're all vegetable juices. I guess he must have been a real health nut.
Oh, there's a beet, some ketchup, and a bottle of strawberry jam, too.
Maybe red was his favorite color. I hate Mo. I hate Mo. So about this wine glass.
Ah, so you noticed it, pal. The whole crime scene was a mess, but this glass was the only thing that was untouched.
You noticed that too, Detective Gumshoe?
No, actually, Miss Von Karma noticed it first.
Yeah, Pearl's noticed it before me too. Hey, wait a minute. So does that mean Miss Von Karma's here at the hotel?
Yeah, she's around. Man, you're going to be in so much trouble, pal. Especially if she catches you in here.
Well, you can bet the instant I see her, I'll be running the 1,000-meter dash. Oh no, no.
What's that beeping noise, Mr. Nick?
I've heard this sound somewhere before.
Miss Von Karma. For some reason, whenever I hear that sound, she pops out of nowhere and whips me.
Come to think of it, that's exactly what happened the last time.
Sorry, I gotta make myself scarce. Wait a pal. Ow!
At last, you reveal your true nature, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it be too much to ask you to be nice to me for a change? You're the type to steal information from pitifully hopeless detectives. That's very dishonorable of you. Hey, don't you dare run away, Mr. Scruffy McTrenchcoat. Ah. I didn't think the detectives of this country could be this pitiful. Whoa! Detective, come over here for a second.
Yow, yow, oh, snap, son, oh.
I feel better knowing that at least you were man enough to face your punishment. He's so scared, he just froze up on the spot. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you have soiled my perfect prosecution record. I'll never forget that. This time, victory is mine. Victory is yours? Is that all this means to you? What? Come, Scruffy. The investigation brief is about to begin. Yes, so. This isn't over yet. I swear on my family's honor. Mama Luigi. Your family. Mama Luigi. Luigi. It's our only family members. I don't know why Mama Luigi was a freaking meme forever, but anyway. Ow! What did she throw at me? What did she throw at me now? What is this?
Well, I guess this means I gotta get back to the precinct now, pal. If you need me, come down to the Criminal Affairs Department, alright? And if you can, try not to let Miss Von Karma see you.
I know, poor Gumshoe. He's like, I'll help you however I can. Madame Guard's room.
Where are we?
We're in Mr. Madame Guard's dressing room. This is our client's room. Oh, right. So he's got, is it like his publicist, his publisher, his something or other? Andrew? Something like that? I don't need a voice for her. You're Mr. Engarde's lawyer, correct? I guessed as much. I also looked for lawyers on my end, but to no avail. How'd you know I'm his lawyer?
You were just saying that he was your client. In a situation like this, the only person who would use such a word must be his lawyer. Wow. It's a simple deduction, really. In tomorrow's trial, and Mr. Unguard's situation is tomorrow's... Sorry. The trial is tomorrow, and Mr. Unguard's situation is looking rather grim. So you came here. One step in your mad dash to find clues to build his case, correct?
Well, you're not totally right, but you're not totally off either. It's really not the time to be showing off, Mr. Nick.
I'm Adrian Andrews. I hate to waste time, so let's get down to business.
Alright. She may be of small stature, but appearances can be deceiving.
I assume the first thing you need to know is what everyone was doing that night, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Then I will tell you. Before the award ceremony, I had dinner with Mr. Matt Ungard. In this very room, I might add.
Dinner? What'd you eat?
And I told you, I hate to waste time with trifling details. If you took a look at the table yourself, you wouldn't need to ask me.
I bet she's a lot of fun at parties.
When the awards show was starting, I headed for Viola Hall.
I think it's voila.
And after
the show ended, you came back to this room?
No, I had some small errands to run. Helped with the preparations in the lobby.
Oh, preparations for the post-ceremony show, I guess.
When it was time for the post-ceremony show, I came back to call for Mr. Matt Ungard. After that, I went to visit Mr. Corrida.
And that's when you found his body, isn't it?
You really held strong through everything.
Yeah, she does seem to be mentally tough as nails. So about you and...
Stop right there! You had seriously about to ask how Matt Ungard and I are related, are you?
Sorry.
I have no idea how he could choose you as his lawyer.
Why'd you have to go and say something like that?
Mr. Nick, calm down and hang in there. I'll give you a shoulder rub to relieve your stress later, alright?
I already gave you my name earlier, but add to that, I'm Mr. Ungard's manager.
His manager? Speaking of managers, did the victim, Mr. Corrida, have one?
No, he did not.
Oh, I see the doggies. You sent me doggies? Maybe that's what you sent earlier and it just came through. I don't know.
No, he did not.
He didn't?
Global Studios has a very different policy from Worldwide Studios in that Worldwide Studios does not assign individual managers to their stars.
I see.
This industry is very ruthless and unforgiving. Actually, you look quite ruthless and unforgiving yourself to your poor partner.
What?
Dragging a little girl like her to places like this. Honestly.
You're wrong. I'm doing this to help Mystic Maya.
Pearls, calm down and hang in there. I'll buy you a juice later, alright? Okay, that's what I figured. I like how Pearls and Phoenix are like supporting each other. God, get out of here. Ah!
Oh, Mr. Wright, how are you?
Ah, Mr. Powers, have you been here the entire time?
Yeah, people connected to the murder aren't allowed to go home, let alone leave.
Can you tell me a little more about the Nickel Samurai TV show?
Okay. The Nickel Samurai is an action hero program aimed towards kids. It's the sequel to the Steel Samurai.
I see.
This time there are 3 samurai brothers: Aluminum Samurai, Tin Samurai, and of course the Nickel Samurai. It's Love Why in Neolo Tokyo.
I see. Wait, a love what?
A Love Why. This girl, Sayo, works at the tea shop and all 3 guys fall for her at the same time.
Oh, I guess the Y shape is like three brothers colliding over this one girl?
Anyway, Sayo is actually the daughter of the evil Strawberry Clan's leader.
Sounds like an unusual situation, like Romeo and Juliet, times 3.
Yeah. Strange thing is, sort of forbidden love stories. Really big with the office ladies. Yes, Pearl. What happens next? I want to know. Miss Sayo. Does Miss Sayo fall in love? She does, doesn't she? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. I'm going to stop watching Kids Masterpiece Theater starting this week.
I can't believe she's really considering it. So what's the German Ninja TV show like?
It started from a remake of an old movie, to tell you the truth. The Jammin' Ninja, like the samurai shows, is geared towards kids. It's the story of a ninja who can't scale a wall, but became a big pop star anyway.
What?
He was a really lousy ninja. Absolutely could not do ninja things right at all. But boy could he sing. With his trusty bright red guitar in hand, he took the ancient world by storm.
Ninja with a bright red guitar?
And then the final fight in front of his beloved Princess Misola, Jammin versus the Muromachi 5. Suddenly, our brave hero catches a not-so-jammin' cold the night before Battle 3.
Ah, that's too bad for him.
Yeah. But this kind of pop music-based love story is something high school girls really like. Yes, Pearl. What happens next? I want to know. The Jammin' Ninja. Will he be able to sing? What about Princess Misola? Every Sunday at 8 a.m. Which show should I watch?
I can't believe she's really considering it. Okay, how on God's green flat earth am I supposed to know that I'm supposed to talk to Powers about Miss Andrews? Okay.
Hey, that's Miss Andrews. Sorry. Hey, that's Miss Andrews. She's Matt's manager. Actually, I was interested in her for a little bit. Just a little.
So Powers likes this type of woman. What do you know about Miss Andrews?
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't really know her. You know, there's a sort of small rumor going around about her right now. A rumor. If you're interested, I'd be glad to share what I know.
He's so happy, he looks like a lion that's just found his next meal. Would you mind telling me about this gossip?
So you are interested in it. I figured you would be.
Yeah.
I have such a weakness for celebrity gossip, too.
Oh, really? You too, huh?
Yeah, so take a look at this.
It looks like a tabloid Miss Oldbag would read. Alright, let's see here. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous.
The mysterious and yet beautiful manager to the star, Miss A.A.
Adrian Andrews.
You see now, don't you?
What?
You can stop pretending to be in the dark, Mr. Wright. One Karita didn't have a manager of his own. Which means if we're talking about a certain manager with the initials AA...
Adrian Andrews?
Yes, exactly. This is big news.
It seems kind of odd that one Miss Andrews, together with the biggest rival of her client?
It's that wonderful thing that can only happen between two people. Mr. Powers looks so happy.
Rose is just following along, not having any idea why he's smiling.
Well, like the saying goes, one man's garbage is another man's treasure.
Yeah, Miss Andrews sure is garbage, you're right. Magazine clipping added to the court record. think I'm just for the guide. Otherwise, how the crap would I know when I'm supposed to go talk to Lotta?
Lotta, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the moida, why were you loitering around the victim's room? I told you, didn't I? For my scoop. What I want to know about are the details of this scoop. But that's not something I can tell you. I mean, there's my bread and butter. There's my bread and butter. Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I want to say that you were looking into a scandal. Grr! Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Carita and this person? This woman. She's Adrian Andrews, Madame Guard's manager. Huh. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin' Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't make up any old thing and just think it'll make papers. Y'all gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah. I gotta have that, what's it, news sauce? You mean news source? That's it. Show me something that one Carita guy shows that one Carita guy had something with Andrews. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? The mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss A.A. Ah! Mr. Carita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. On Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she is the initials A.A. We saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Carita's door last night. What? You were looking into Mr. Carita and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. And I was gonna get myself scooped by catching him in secret meeting. But there's already an article about it in one of these weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are AA, what kind of vague thing is that? This ain't no proof of nothing. People gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. That's what I was doing, getting photos.
Oh.
I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some more gossip and a little misleading.
Wow. There's some gossip and a little misleading. That's journalism for you. You're right on the nose. You're good at this.
Then spice it up with a little and have myself an exclusive story.
Wow, Lotta. Nice journalistic integrity you got there. Oh, Phoenix, how naive you are.
I already finished writing up a spicy article, you know. But the paper I wrote on, the note to myself is gone.
Your note to yourself?
It was inside case of my $1,600 camera. Yeah, I'll run off together. I came here with my big story. Didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me.
Yeah, I understand.
It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's with people nowadays, anyway? I know tired to see the day when someone done steal something from me.
You really want that note back, huh? Got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Still on the night of the murder, tabloid article about the victim written in the case. Bum bum ba da ba ba da boo. Four Cyclops on this lady. Here we go. Just getting ready for this. I really like that song too.
Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please tell us what you saw. But what a waste. Here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun with you youngins at you youngins' expense. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. Wait. Wait, where is it? Wait. Wait, we picked it up earlier, I thought. What? Did I not get it? Alright, hold on. I swear I saw it. Gumshoe presented the thing to me that I needed. Did I just somehow not get it? Oh, he just freaking put it on the table and I didn't pick it up, I guess.
Hey, Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper?
It's called an autograph.
Autograph?
The paper's got Miss Carita's name written on it, so it's his Mr. Carita's name written on it. So it's his autograph.
I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this.
It's a special way of writing called cursive. Look here, see how it says "To my dearest Wendy" in normal letters here?
This sloppy, unreadable writing. It's crazy and cruel to give this to someone.
Hold on. Wendy, I've heard that name somewhere before. Yeah, that's Oldbag's name. Wendy Oldbag is her name. I thought I freaking had that thing. Because Gumshoe was like, I got this here autograph, pal, but I didn't realize he put it on the table and didn't just give it to me. Okay.
That's Juan's autograph.
Yes, it is.
And it even says "To my dearest Wendy" on it. That's me, right? Right?
Isn't Wendy supposed to be like Wendy Oldbag? I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. And hey, Pearl, I wrote in cursive. You take that back.
My name is Wendy Oldbag, so that Wendy has to be me, right?
Well, it might say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it.
Oh, please, give it to me. Let me have it, please.
And I can't let you have it just like that.
Yes, I know. And how about an exchange?
Wow, she must really want this autograph.
My offer isn't good enough for you. Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag, ready to open up her heart, all for my dearest Juan.
Autograph given to Wendy Dearest.
I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding!
Oh no.
It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business.
And did you tell that to the police?
Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or two out of it, maybe more.
Gift certificate?
I've been recruited again for that part of at the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty.
But Mr. On Guard hasn't done anything bad.
I don't care about the details like that. I know he did my poor Juan in. I just do. That yellow-bellied chicken.
A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like.
I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and he says and I say he did it. What did Mr. On Guard ever do to her to deserve this?
Freaking Wendy.
What did Mr. On Guard do to you to make you so... Oh, you don't know. That guy, he framed my wand. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan.
Mr. Nick,
What is it?
what's a scandal? Is it like those things you put on your feet?
Oh, I'll tell you about that after we get home, okay? Poor Juan, led astray by the wiles of that vile temptress.
Mr. Nick, what do viles and wild temptress mean?
How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbag has to say for now, okay, Pearls? So, Miss Oldbag, who's this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved the girl onto Juan on purpose. His own manager, but why? I thought lawyers were smart. This is to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal and then dragged his reputation through the mud.
Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me.
Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. On Guard did what you say he did? Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so.
Of course, a tabloid.
Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet?
Why would Miss Oldbag have information like that? And where did she get it? Hee hee hee. I'm gonna be obtuse for no reason.
There's a blue badger. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there was nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and the testimony are airtight. But well, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces.
Two.
And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. If you call that a button, that thing's huge! That's the button you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep. Found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai's special pants. And the second one is? The knife in his chest, pal. The finger points on the knife in his chest. The finger points on the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints. Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little Misty. It's obvious. They're mad on guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? Is that old security lady, Miss Oldbag? I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... And I even told her not to open up mouth, of course, and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10, so there's no turning it down, trust me. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's womb around the estimated time of death.
No way.
Now I'd probably have to present something that I would have no idea of, right? Article from the tabloid Gossip Land. What the crap? Dr. Gumshoe, present this for some reason.
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Karita, but why? Well, 2 years ago,
A woman committed suicide. Suicide? What is that, Mr. Nick?
I'll tell you about it later. Her name was Celeste Impax, and she was Juan Colita's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax and Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she needed to know about the business from square one.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Carita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Did her suicide have something to do with this case? Want to know more about old pal? She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Whoa, no! Ah! I'm getting sick of dealing with this one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma. You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do. Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye.
That's...
Wait. Please wait, so. If I don't get this month's pay, I'll starve. What he's gonna say. Quit. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? I don't know who's saying that.
I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
Who? That voice! Edgeworth!
I always loved Edgeworth's theme. Edgeworth theme, so good. Ba-da-da-da. I'm gonna get more water, and I'm just gonna let you listen to Edgeworth's theme for a bit. I always loved his theme. Oops. Yeah, he doesn't have a theme in the first game, which is ironically the game where he's like the prosecutor. But he does get this theme in for investigations. I think they upped this theme a bit. And work on it a bit more. It's been a long time, right?
This person. This is Mr. Edgeworth.
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? You haven't changed a bit, Franziska.
You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged her through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs, like an ill-bred dog you are. Oh no!
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Franziska. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country.
You!
You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back.
Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory.
Still the same wild mare she always was.
I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick.
I never wanted to see you again.
And I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year.
Are you going to run tomorrow's trial?
You heard her right. That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems.
Is there ever a case where Miles and Nick work together? Kind of, but like, not directly, like they're standing side by side on a bench.
There's like a time when Edgeworth helps Nick, though. I think there's only one time where Edgeworth helps Nick, if I remember. But anyway.
So no, I don't think it'll be. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow.
What's that supposed to mean?
And I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
The truth?
In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. And I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
Just what's going on inside his head?
Maybe there's a couple times where he helps you, because I kind of don't remember that. Lol. I like how you're asking about that, and he's immediately like, I'll help you, right? I think I have somebody at my door. Hold on. What's up? Morale, I know. Morale. Wait. Ow. Did you want to come up? You want to come up? No? You stay down there. Okay, Scoot. Proof of Von Karma blood.
You can come up here if you want, Scoot. It's the Scoot. It's the cat.
I heard her at my door. She was like, let me in! Proof of Von Karma blood.
A lot of things have happened, however. Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of von Karma.
1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office?
I no longer have that second cam that I can just point down at Scoot, so cat cam is unfortunately a thing of the past. Unless I buy another camera, in which case I could do cat cam again.
You like boxes, don't you? And I have a few of them in my room, huh? You little cute kid.
Rubbing her face on boxes.
Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It would have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth.
I see, then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, with Francisca, she almost always says,
Okay, I gotta do Phoenix doing Francisca.
I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me, even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn. Me?
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough.
Come here, Skitzberg. You can sit on my lap if you want. You want to sit on my lap? Yeah, come on. Yeah, you can come up.
She gave me a look like, are you sure? And then she went, never mind, I don't care. Blah, de blah, 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 blah.
Come on. Come on, Captain Fat.
Okay, so I need to present to him Celeste impacts. Otherwise I can't move forward. Oops, I did it wrong. I do it like this. This woman is another key to solving this case.
Do you really think so?
She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Carita's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died.
But her death was ruled a suicide, right?
Yes. But there's still one riddle we've yet to solve.
A riddle?
Their suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it.
A suicide note that just vanished, huh?
Miss Impax's death was most certainly a suicide, of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find a suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
The suicide note? How do you know Miss Impax had even written such a note?
There was no solid evidence, however, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Carita himself.
The victim?
He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Carita hid his own manager's suicide note? But why? Scoot, you're cute. Keep being you, okay, buddy?
And as long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report, part 1 anyway.
Part 1? Suicide report added to the court record. Deceased selects impacts found by Juan Carita. Was her suicide note hidden? The cutie. The kitty. Baby fat. It's a baby fat. It's a fat kitty. Fat kitty. Do. You're gonna make an appearance for a minute. Meow. Oh, scoot. What are you doing there, bud? Hey, do you want something to go sleep on? Here. You go sleep right here on this. You like this blankie? No, you wanna go out? Good. Bye-bye. Thanks for visiting. Or you're gonna stay here. Want me to get you food, or what is it? Come on. Da. She was like, I want food. That's pretty much it. She just wanted food. Okay, is there anything else I need to do?
And I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are reports that have multiple parts like that one. It has 2.
2 parts?
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part.
The second part of the report's about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name is Adrian Andrews.
Miss Andrews, what did she do?
Maybe she was Captain Fat all along. Heck yeah. She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews, she has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
The secret.
Her dependent nature. That's what she was really like on the inside.
That's funny because when she showed up, I was like, codependency? She has like an issue? That's all I could remember. I was like, something about that. Miss Andrews, dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Oh, it's at the top now, weird. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature?
Adrian Andrews' attempted a suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impax.
And?
And why did Miss Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live.
Lost her will? But why would she?
Their pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impax, was gone forever. That's why.
Why would that? Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
And after her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live.
And that's the nature of her dependency on others?
When Celeste Impax suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then that means her super confident attitude.
And it's all a facade. You like how I put that little squiggle under the C, right? You haven't seen that before, have you? I learned that while I was gone. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
How terrible. Attempted suicide report added to court record. Okay, that's all I had to do there. But wait, Edgeworth, let me present my badge to you.
And I have no interest in talking about your useless badge, right?
Okay. Oh yeah, I can't show him the transceiver for some reason. I have to go to On Guard. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you've got some nerve following me around. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one who's doing the following. Girls. You're always following after Mr. Detective with the little beard. Hey, following after Scruffy. Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device in that detective. And with this, I know what that fool was every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for that poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. Alright. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Oops, we already talked to her about this. Wow, that's a long conversation. By the way, remember that time that person committed suicide? Let's talk about it. Oops. I'd like to ask you about this.
I told you, I hate trifling matters. It's always a waste of time to show me things that are no real relevance.
But it's the magazine clipping about her. Wait. Oh, I have to present Juan Corrida's profile first before I can do that.
Did you know the victim, Miss Corrida? Mr. Corrida? Why do I keep calling him Miss?
Yes, I knew him. The world's such a small place, after all.
Did you know about this rivalry with the Nickel Samurai? About his rivalry?
Honestly, they were like children when it came to that. And time again, those two competed with each other over the most trivial things. If either one of them wasn't so stubborn, then maybe no one would have needed to die.
I've got a hunch that this woman knows more than she's letting on.
You must know why Juan Corrida was killed. Do you have any ideas?
As to,
As to why Mr. Corrida was murdered?
why would you ask me about such a thing?
I'm just doing my job, so do you have any ideas?
Oh, another quadra.
Miss Andrews?
Sorry, but there's nothing I have to add to this conversation.
Is it a psyche lock, Mr. Nick?
Yes, there's getting to be more and more of these lately. You people are a bunch of a-holes that won't help me, for no reason.
Okay, here we go. They put these locks up, and they make me immediately do this. Voted for murder.
Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions?
Why do you ask such questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida.
You were not that close?
That's right, I've never been good at being intimate with another person.
You're not so good at being intimate with another person? Somehow, I highly doubt that. You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not?
Miss Silly's third-rate tabloid article. You even had half your wits about you wouldn't believe such rubbish.
Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into the story.
As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars.
Note to self, stay on her good side.
In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that.
I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone?
Me? A need to get close to Mr. Corrida? As if there ever was such a need.
Didn't you get close to Mr. Corrida for this person's sake? Celeste Impact's your mentor.
How do you know about Celeste?
Miss Impact, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corrida's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Corrida so you could find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for putrid third-rate tabloid.
Or a future third-rate tabloid.
Miss Andrews?
There's no mystery surrounding her death, none. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved. Because you tried to suicide too! Miss Impact's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corrida.
But Juan?
And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Corrida.
I've sat quietly by and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Miss Celeste was my mentor, however, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you like to give, however, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impacts was someone very special to you. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you?
Went through with what?
Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself.
Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember.
However, that is all just a lie. A facade. You see that C there? You like that little squiggle down there? I learned that from Edgeworth. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop! When Celeste passed away, so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note.
Well, that squiggle C. Yeah. I liked the Edgeworth comment I made earlier about it, and I like how it popped up again, and I was able to reference it a second time. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start with this conversation on again?
It was why was the victim killed?
Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become one of the reasons to want Mr. Kurita dead.
Me?
Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she was killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder? It's true, I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed myself against all that, though I tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews.
This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It's my one secret, mine and mine alone.
I'm sorry.
You probably think I'm a worthless human being right about now, don't you?
Yes, but please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth.
After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note, and that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste, without her I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me.
So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct? Yes, but please, Miss Andrews. I know. Her sweat looks like it's going down the door frame, by the way.
Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it?
Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire.
If they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for me now. I still have work to do, so...
I understand.
Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide, I'd like you to keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews.
The door frame. It's kind of like falling off of her body, but like slowly falling through the air, and it was like above the door frame itself.
If people found out about my weakness... I would sooner choose to die than live.
Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion.
Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding?
Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
What is it? It looks like a seashell?
And that's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from.
We're not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence.
Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Why'd she air quote that?
Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, Pearls, she looks so worn out by all of this. She hasn't slept at all, and she's been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh, no. I'm okay. Really. I'm fine. I really am.
You don't look fine to me.
Hey there, Mr. Wright. Where are you going? Can I come too? I've been trapped here. Help. So, what now?
Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive.
You mean Miss Inpax's suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Beep 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 beep.
Ah, Mr. Nick.
I'm moving the guide so I can see where we are. Wow, there's a lot left. Okay. Hello? Wright and Co. Law offices.
Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone.
Maya, where's Maya?
As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. You. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished.
What?
So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait, Maya, let me hear her.
Very well.
Ask me. Maya, is that you? Cease! Ask me, cease! Maya! Damn it, he cut me off!
Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she?
Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, FedEx. You're a hopeless one. I'm sorry. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come ask me anything you want about her. How's Maya? She's safe for now. The kidnapper is the one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how do you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. They didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer the phone at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go.
I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. What's this? It feels like there are a lot of glass bottles in here. And they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty.
Hey, I'm playing as Maya right now.
Brat, it's locked. But this door lock seems really easy to open. TV, heroes always use a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Kids, do you see a card I could use to break out of my horrible kidnapping prison?
Okay.
There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it looks too dark to see. What? Did you say the card on the ground? If you said the card on the ground, you'd be correct. Someone dropped a card here. It's kind of like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Ah, that's it. This shell card. I use this. Maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm going to swipe it on the door. Swiper, yes, swiping. Swiper, yes, swiping. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. You did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. You shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
Maya's secretly Dora the Explorer.
Adrian did it?
Oh, really? That's funny.
That's what it looks like.
Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that.
In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you.
A mountain of evidence?
I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you.
Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that.
I understand. Well, it's almost time? Gumshoe? Well, it's almost time. Nope, Mia.
Well, it's almost time.
Mia. We must get a complete acquittal today. I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going.
It's him! This is right!
Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial.
Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Well, when I checked in on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial.
Grr!
For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning.
Present? What in the world would you want to give me?
You'll figure it out once the trial starts, and even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please.
Wait! This better not be a finger or something. The kidnapper sent me a present.
Mr. Lawyer dude, who was that?
No one. You know, it has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything.
Dude, did your nose just get longer?
Are you Pinocchio?
That's it's called, right? Pinocchio?
I don't know.
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor! Please, be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it?
Prosecutor Von Karma! This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. She deserved it though, so it's not that big of a deal.
Whoa, what?
She shot! Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is the one. Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at this moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. This is totally insane! Miss Von Karma, is she alright?
I don't have that answer.
She's alive and in stable condition. Oh wait, or is that Edgeworth? She's alive and in stable condition.
That's good. Phew.
I thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Von Karma cannot appear in court today. But my theme song and I can. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. I now know how to make squiggly C's as well. You'll find me a very formidable foe this time. The prosecution is ready, naturally. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Much like her father, shot in the shoulder, but she did not decide to keep the bullet inside her for some reason. Luckily, I have looked this case over and I am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Right. And I finally found the answers I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring the Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand.
Oh, the team's all back together, white guys.
Witness, your name and occupation.
My name's Dick Gumshoe, so I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, so...
Detective Gumshoe? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Isn't this case good? I don't know. Something about it. Like, it has like a certain amount of energy to it. Edgeworth shows up. He's like, I'm gonna do my persecutor thing again. And you're like, yeah. Also, the thing keeps saying it's gonna die, but where's my charger? Should do it. There we go. Yeah, it's charging. Sweet. Bare facts of this case. There's a certain edge to it, if you will. Okay.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. Sir! Sorry. The victim, Juan Corrida, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar had nothing to do with the murder.
After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone in the womb, sir, to the womb, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Oh, for goodness sakes, I have a visitor again. Well, if it isn't the chunkiest monkey. You're free to visit. You may choose my lap, you may choose the ground, but I suggest this blanket. You really like this. Go for it. Showing my butts to the meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. No. Meow 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 meow. Murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony?
Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 p.m. It ended around 8 p.m. and then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony award show was supposed to start in the lobby about 30 minutes later.
And that's when the victim's body was found, correct?
Which is to say the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, Detective Dick Gumshoe.
The victim, Juan Colita, was found dead in his hotel room. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct?
Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about?
She's the defendant, man on God's manager. She's a pretty lady, so
ho, yeah. Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence.
When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. On Guard. After visiting his womb, she went to the victim's womb to get him for the show, so.
I see. And that's when she found the victim's body.
After looking into the cause of death, we believe she was definitely murdered, sir. Hey, Scooter. Cause of death? Wasn't that because Mr. Carita was stabbed in the chest? Oh, kitty cat. What do you want from me, kitty cat? Hey, now. Hey, come here. Come on. I ready to juggle my gems? What? You can sit upon my lap. Come on. Here you go. There's a good kitty. Okay, Scoot. Oops. Only a careless amateur would believe something so blameless as that, pal. I think I skipped something. Take a good hard look at the crime photo. Now, real poise attention would be drawn here to this bandana.
Banana.
His bandana, so. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, so. Why does he say sir so much?
Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
Then, what about the knife? Seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after the death.
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
Strangled with scarf is his cause of death, and then stabbed with a knife. For good measure. What is it, Scootswig? Ma'am. You are free to sit upon my lap whenever you wish. Oh, squeaky one. You joined me for no reason. Oh, squeaky cat. First we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. And why did you think that?
Because it was empty, pal.
Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright white guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime.
Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How about that? We thought of that too, but...
But
The only fingerprints on the guitar were the victims.
Only the victims, huh?
I see. So much for my theory then.
However, later we found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. What convinced you it had nothing to do with this case?
The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright white guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Kawita, had apparently only taken the case with him, so... So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, so. Even when he was on stage at the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar.
So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel.
Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all.
I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana, scented banana, or whatever. Then, after the victim was killed, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him.
Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing.
Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, so.
Where are we at? Why arrest on guard? Did I get everything? Hold on a sec. Why don't I... What? Am I missing something? According to the guide, there was something else I was supposed to get? What? What? Okay.
Men on guard and Juan Kawita were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there was the Jammin' Ninja's button.
There it is.
It was whipped off from the ninja costume and found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over this knife. The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
She's washing her face.
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was a sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, so.
There's the victim's blood and Madame Guard's fingerprints in the Gatewater is engraved. What do you think you're doing, you psychopath? She hates yoga mat. She goes nuts and attacks him. There's a yoga mat on the ground right now. Meow! You hate that yoga mat, huh?
Meow! And there was this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it?
What the crap are you doing, you crazy? No, go ahead. I'll video you. I'll have evidence of you going nuts.
And this button also covered in blood. Yes, and we know what the blood, and we know that the blood is on the victim's blood. We know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, so.
What, Chunky Monkey? Eminence's button added to the court record.
All this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
You better not touch that. I'll headbutt you. Yeah, that's right. You can attack the yoga mat all you want, you little psycho. What are you doing? I'm waiting for her to attack it so I can get a video of her attacking it. Hey. Now. Wait, Skit. I'm gonna go out, Skit. Sorry for the break.
Round. You put that wrinkle in the yoga mat. You did. Yep. That was good.
Okay. My dad tried to give Nami food because she took me back to the back room and she was like, "Give me food again." My dad tried to give her food and she was like, "No, I want it from you." And I was like, "Dang it, Nami, just eat the food." I know, she's such a cutie. Okay. Keep moving on with this trial. If I remember, I actually don't like this part of the trial. Because I don't like the first part of this trial, I feel like. I don't know. You'll see. There's just people I don't feel like talking to and such. Oh, thank you. Here we go. All this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Right.
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right?
Isn't there something just joyous about Edgeworth being here? Like a nice throwback? Like 4 cases ago? I'll find that hole in your test. I'll find the hole in your argument somehow.
You can press as hard as you like and just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
Yeah. Vanguard and Juan Carita were huge rivals with each other. But in terms of popularity, Mr. On-Guard won, did he not? Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Carita was always the one step behind Mr. On-Guard in everything. This year it seemed like he'd finally caught up, ready for his big, final showdown. But Mr. Carita lost the Grand Prix in the end.
That's too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing.
As Dick said, the gang is all back. Well, I mean, I said it, but with his voice. That was me just adding it in there. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Ungard was beating Mr. Kurita in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means he had no motive to kill at all.
Yes, I quite agree.
I don't, but...
Well, detective.
It's not, well... I guess you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive.
You say something so quickly and fluidly I can't tell half the time. Oh. Yeah, that was just me adding it in.
Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, so that's...
I look forward to your pension negotiations.
No!
Now, detective, let's continue with the testimony.
No, not my poor pension, too.
Oh, sorry. I started doing the judge's voice.
Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed.
Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir.
What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. Do you have any proof that the button belonged to the victim?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
Oh, well, let me put it this way. I'm asking if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
Huh, but can't you tell just by looking at it? And the victim's blood is on it. And the victim's blood is on it?
Yeah. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterwards.
Mr. Edgeworth, help me. So...
Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in.
Thread.
Huh?
The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the threads on the button, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, that's it. They're a perfect match, pal.
That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Ongard's hakama. When was the button found?
Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Kurita. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button.
So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people.
Hey, what's he trying to say about me here? The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife?
Huh? What do you mean, pal?
By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand?
Oh, that's what you meant. Well, we didn't actually think of that.
I can't believe the bumbling of this department.
I'm hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There was no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So is the defendant the owner of this knife, then?
The defendant bought the knife for the crime, which makes this... No, he didn't. It has like Merriweather Hotel on it, or whatever the credit's called. We shall press it anyway just to see dialogue, and then I'll present it. There's no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife.
Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. It's like a butter knife.
Ah, well, this isn't good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for.
Phoenix.
Yes?
There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late.
A button covered with the victim's blood and a knife with Ongard's fingerprints.
Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing.
We're still in a world of trouble.
Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. Well, let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be, okay, FedEx?
Yep. So... Gatewater Hotel. Wait a second. What? So the basis of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand?
That's right, pal. The defendant
Did not buy this knife.
Huh?
Take a look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Huh? It has Gatewater seals set into the handle. Gatewater?
I think I've heard of that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel.
Uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated.
Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless.
What?
And I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined.
How so?
And I admit this knife is a hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this.
But I didn't know.
Oh. And the question is, where did this knife come from?
Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Garita's room.
Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate his last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the courtroom's attention to what is on top of this table.
It's like we're really there right now. How are we doing this? I don't understand. There's a knife and a fork on the table. Then, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? But also, where did this knife come from?
And if it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt on guard. And especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Matt Ungard's knife was missing. Mr. Ungard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife to a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven that this was premeditated murder.
Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. You are clearly a genius, and everything that this court has to offer should be yours. You win. I don't have anything else to say.
Okay, I'll just dial that back a little bit. He didn't say that, but he did say a brilliantly clear deduction. It seems like Edgeworth had this planned from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it.
A murder weapon with fingerprints, and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here.
And I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. And although I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court.
Evidence not yet shown? It means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence.
What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright?
Well... Bats. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his might be ringing out the sound of our defeat.
Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to the court?
I have to say that I do. I do. There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see.
Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
And what the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling out one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us.
You may present one and only one piece of evidence, Mr. Wright. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show the court?
Edgeworth really on Nick's side? I mean, not really. Also, this takes up my entire bar if I do it wrong, and I have not yet saved. And also, it's not letting me save, so I'm gonna be extra super duper sure that I'm doing this right, because there's no way in heck I'm redoing all that. I don't want this to be the end of our Phoenix, right? Crap, no even. So, okay. It is the wine glass.
This is a wine glass, is it not?
Please take a look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. The scene is a mess because the victim struggle against his assailant. The vase is broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that's sitting on the top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over with every other thing is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you all have to say?
Well, yes, it's a little peculiar.
Yes, isn't it? I thought it was.
You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth.
What is it, Your Honor?
Your opinion.
You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass.
What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright.
Could Miss Andrews have really set that glass down without thinking? Save time.
You like this song? Is it this one? Or maybe we're thinking of something else that was happening. Oops.
There's no way! If I appear weak here, the trial's over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. It might just fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table.
You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim?
There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing.
Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it.
What?
I love this song too.
You're not thinking hard enough today, Mr. Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice?
Then...
Of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints.
Fingerprints?
There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass.
Only one? Whose were they?
They were not the victims nor the defendants, rather they were one Miss Adrian Andrews.
What?
Wine glass updated. Found next to the victim, filled with tomato juice, bears Andrew's fingerprint.
And that's why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright?
Good. I can't believe I fell into another trap.
Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrida. Upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser.
What you said just now makes a lot of sense.
So, do you see now, Mr. Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well.
Good.
I've thought long and hard about this past year, and what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover.
Wait a second. Mr. Edgeworth, I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict.
Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we'd like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness.
What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? Phoenix, what's going on? Phoenix!
Okay. Oh, why would you do this to us? Just call him guilty. Screw Maya. I don't want to talk to Old Bag. No, then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Oh, he doesn't know it's her because she has her helmet on. Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Gotcha!
Gah. I wondered what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet, it was the Wicked Witch at the witness stand?
And I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm gonna tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
Oof.
Shush, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam.
No, by all means, please interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say, that youth are hot-headed nowadays, and I don't mind that at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness is on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you were a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that on guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man, Juan Carita.
But those two are the same age.
Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder.
Leave it to me, Edgy Poo.
Oh.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know.
By the way, I don't mind skipping straight to the answer and not, going through all the dialogue on this person. Just saying. In case you wanted to speed this along a little bit, I might be able to oblige you on that. Just throwing that out there.
There's something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That was when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was on guard, mad on guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
So Mr. On Guard came out of the victim's room.
See, it has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay. Screw this lady. I don't want to talk to her. I seriously don't want to talk to her. Okay. There's a lot. She goes on for a long time. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I was just sneak out of Juan's room! And then press it. You saw my client? Are you sure about that?
Yesy.
Really?
Annoying brat, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get the sense of deja vu? Maybe as to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. person's clothes. Because remember, she saw somebody wearing the Steel Samurai's clothes? At least, and she was like, it's the Steel Samurai, or whatever. It's Will Powers, because it's the Steel Samurai.
Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
Now, what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket.
For some reason I almost started racist. Lol. He was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Right.
So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Is very important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony.
I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please.
Well, I don't like badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must.
He's wearing his flashy racing jacket. Honestly, it was all just for show. And then... Oh, yeah. That's right. He's wearing his racing jacket, which means... How was the button stuck in his hakama? Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason.
You do know what this is.
It's button number 2 on the Gemma Ninja's costume.
Now I know she's an obsessed fan, but she identified it in a single glance.
Give it here. Give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Wow, she really is a diehard fan who won a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On Guard's body during the full body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it was that rascal on guard.
I almost read racist again. What the crap? Why do I keep... Sorry. It was caught up in the pleats of his Nickel Samurai Hakama pants.
See? And on guard is the Nickel Samurai.
Witness? Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination, but just now didn't you say that the defendant, man on guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe perhaps we put a ridiculous outfit, you'd agree that it's hideous, right? I got a tape recorder stuck in my chest. Let me tell you, it's heavy. So heavy, I wish I could have switched CDs ages ago. But I'm keeping the dream alive for all the kids out there who work on a smile on their face. Don't you understand? Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are about as interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip from Edgy Poo, who's got style. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
Now hold your tongue there for a second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Edgeworth, or Mr. On Guard, the man, but Mr. On Guard, the Nickel Samurai.
When do you think about it? They're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, do you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering.
Just say it's important and agree with me for a change.
Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
Alright, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you. I need to get water again. I think I mentioned this before, but I watched a video on voice acting tips, and they were like, just keep sipping water. Like, keep sipping it. And so I keep getting water over and over again, and I'm like, I need just like a big water jug in here or something. But it really does help keep the voice going. Like, usually my voice struggles out at around 2 hours and 15 minutes, but I've been sipping water and juice and stuff the whole time, and I'm almost at 3 hours now. Oh, are you taking care of the stream now, Scoot? Mal? Mal? That is so like you to say that.
Meh.
Well, there's not a whole lot left, so we're gonna get through some old bag stuff, and then, I mean, there's a lot left in the case, but there's a break that happens where the game is like, save time or whatever, to be continued, so we'll stop there. And I'm guessing that'll probably be 15-ish minutes from now, based on... Oh, actually, there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know, maybe it's even up to a half hour, but we'll stop there, so. Would you like to sit upon me? Would you like to trot upon my body? Would you like to tread on me? Little scooter. You may sit here if you wish. Well, there's the cat. There's the kitty. Trods upon my body. You visit me a lot today, huh? Is it because Alina's not here to bug? Or is she here? I don't even know. You silly head. Cat cam. Here's the cat cam. In there, Scooter. Should look right up here, Scoot. Camera's up here. Why are your paws so tiny? You have little teeny tiny paws. Okay. You're a good kitty. You don't know it, but you actually. Who I saw.
On guard, on guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremonies show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan.
I knew it. I knew you'd say it was inside that costume.
What? Did you think that it could have been someone else there inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things.
But the possibility does exist.
Ah, youngins these days. I told you there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
At least she's just as delightful of a witness as she was a year ago.
Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination of the witness.
What? Do you need more assistance from me? I already went and got you food 2 times, you little chunky monkey. Okay. On guard, I remember the Nickel Samurai. That's right, the Nickel Samurai is what I saw. It would have been convenient for him to wear the costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony show after the crime, you know? He must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. You be a good little Scoot, okay? But if he was wearing the Nickel Samurai suit, then how would he have his fingerprints on it? Because it has gloves.
Objection!
Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. You're trying to scare me with that. I'll have you know that it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all.
That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct?
Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case?
You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at?
That's exactly what I'm driving at.
What are we driving at, and whose car are we driving? Hopefully Edgeworth's, because he has a nice red sports car, and only one dead body has been in the trunk.
If Mr. On Guard was really in the Nickel Samurai's costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on the knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, does he not? He probably took his gloves off before he began stabbing.
And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that.
However, there is one possibility.
Then let's hear your possibility.
It is very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while he was in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory?
So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him, so not premeditated. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with this theory?
Whoa. Well, it says number 2, but I would be screwed if I had to do this on my own.
This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony.
What are you babbling about?
Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. On Guard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's possible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent, because he carried the knife with him, remember?
Present the knife again! This knife, this was used by Mr. On Guard at dinner.
Yes, we did establish that.
Which means if my client was in fact the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Karita.
I suppose.
However, you just said yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory is flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer is wearing a costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us.
Order, I say. Order in the court. We've made our order and we're now waiting for our Chinese food. Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
To frame Matt on Guard, obviously. It's to frame my client, Mr. On Guard, of course.
To frame... Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one?
But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume, and if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife.
Good. Witness!
Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo?
Yeah. Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the Nickel Samurai, or his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai? Alright, then who were you waiting for then? That's top secret for anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Carita. Am I correct, witness?
The way you think, you're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
So Oldbag was waiting around in front of the victim's room. But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Carita. Maybe Fex. Maybe the Oldbag was waiting for that person. If it's who I'm thinking he is hinting at, it's certainly possible. What you doing, Scooter? She's lazing out on the floor, licking her paw. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
Who is this person?
This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager.
But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room?
It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor.
Oh, well, I see.
The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing.
Then, this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's...
Adrian Andrews, without a doubt. The witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away the whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness, what in the world are you?
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this, a very bad feeling. I got some information, some very secret information from a certain source that I'm wasting all your time getting to. That's why I was doing my own little investigation, in secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here?
I really don't want this, however, I cannot simply let this point slide.
I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. I'm going to take the wind out of you, young'uns.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Scooter, Scooter, the cat is hanging out by my feet. Licking herself like a weirdo. Alright.
That on guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret, you got that? Nobody else but you and me know it yet, okay?
And the whole court. The defendant sent his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court.
She ever laid down by your feet, I'm guessing you're saying? Mia does that. Not really. She tends to like to be in the same room as you, but like a few feet away. And in loaf form. Right now she's not in loaf form. Standard sitting cat form? I don't know. What you doing, bud? You got something to say? I knew you did. It's hard for you to be a cat without saying. It's tough, isn't it? Lay down on. No, she doesn't lay down on your feet now. Tough life, huh, Scoot? Okay.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying, the truth is never pleasant?
Never heard that one before.
Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person?
We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip.
But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim.
So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. This old bag seems rather excited right now.
That's right. On guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as the old saying goes, you've gotta burn old bags with fire. What? Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Oh, we can't play that song? Oh, it's copyrighted, huh? You're not supposed to play music in court? This is really a bummer, to be honest with you. What do you want, Scooter? Do you want out? Secret information? That guy's one evil man. We're gonna go through this like a normal thing where we press through it. Because we've already skipped quite a bit of her dialogue. So we'll give her a little bit of time in the limelight, and then I don't know if we talk to her again after this. I mean, we probably do, but I don't know if we talk to her on the stand in this much. You can't say something like that without proof. That's just slander.
But it's true. That woman was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss AA.
But the name of the magazine that this comes from is Gossipland.
What? Are you saying that the gossip is all just a pack of lies? What do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me the news is 100% truth. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip.
Yeah, not these days.
Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright.
Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Also, what? Discrimination itself is not bad, but discriminating against certain things is. It's not an inherently bad concept. What, Scoot?
Anyway, on guard will never get me to say touche.
You nutso crazy bonkers cat. You are going crazy. I'm gonna see. Okay, no, continue going nuts. I'm gonna catch you on film. Come on, go back to being a psycho. You're gonna stop because I paid attention to you? Okay. Thought I could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. I'm watching you, Scoot. A scandal? What do you mean by that?
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is.
Okay. She stops every time I try to film her. Stops every time I try to film her. I got her a little bit. Okay. Taking her to pee. Alright, I'll take care of Scoot right now, too. Okay, you little crazy.
Meow, meow.
Okay. The cat has been quelled. Oops. Alright. Here we go.
You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days?
No, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much.
Well, Well, that... On Guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity.
To do that, he sent his own manager to get close with Juan.
You don't have any proof that Mr. On Guard did any such thing. You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now, since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right.
You're right, I can't do anything, but boy do I wish I could do something about you.
Alright then, Sonny, show me what you got. You show me proof that On Guard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan.
I don't have anything to offer.
See? Just as I thought. You were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You've just given me a free pass to say whatever I want, whenever I want, silly boy.
Me and my big mouth.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, for you anyway.
So what do you mean by I took action?
Like I already told you, I was lying in wait to close the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson, something you youngins need.
You were going to teach her a good lesson.
I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this.
No, stop.
Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night.
This is top secret, you got that? Nobody but you and me know yet, okay?
Wait! What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. Okay.
If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Huh, well, that's because I'm a pro, yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drill a hole in my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old bag get such a secret piece of information? So no one else is supposed to know the secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Old Bag?
What are you looking at me like that for? Stop it.
Witness. I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire secret info, isn't it? The investigative photographer, a lot of heart.
Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl.
She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself.
She reported such a thing.
On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What outrageous ideas, you say?
Edgeworth has been surprisingly quiet. No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless.
Ah, that's it. That's the note.
No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret grocery list of groceries to buy. Wow.
Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note.
I'm a huge fan of Juan, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil On Guard. She said so herself. On Guard, I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Etchy Poo, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only a little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook it just this once.
She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? Never forgive! Still waiting for All-Star Gamer Girl to get back. Oh, she's back. Pile on more pressure. Don't forgive Old Bag. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct?
Stole? Why didn't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible, lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it!
Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Old Bag, I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. Miss Old Bag, that note was with the camera inside its case, wasn't it?
A camera?
Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, my sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me.
Why, witness?
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it's only logical that you have the camera too.
Grr, looks like you found me out again, Sonny.
I hate Old Bag, seriously.
This is the camera you're looking for?
That's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? I still eat meals like you. I fall in love and borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, Slime Bake Celebrity Photographer Extraordinaire. When I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
Bailiff, check the camera's photos. Hurry. We must examine them at once. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have?
There was only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case.
Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you, that's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Lotta's photo added to the court record, without us having to talk to Lotta, which is kind of nice, but we had to talk to Old Bag, which is not nice.
What does this all mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. On Guard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume.
If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is
the defendant.
How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. This court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client?
If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's nothing strange, it's fine. No, There's something strange with this photo.
I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth. And I think we can all agree there's nothing strange with this photo. There's no way for the defense to debunk this photo even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster. Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright?
No, that's like a missile that burrows under the ground, and what does that have to do with anything? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time.
If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct?
Hold on, let me save. Of course I only need one chance. Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? Oh, cleaning potty.
Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange?
Well, he doesn't have the knife. It appears that it's too short for him because his feet are dragging on the ground. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
What are you pointing to? His ankles.
If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't.
And what does this mean?
The costume person in this photo could not have been Mr. On Guard.
What is the meaning of this?
I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama.
His socks. You can see his socks.
Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. He is? So holding up from the back, maybe? There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. Just letting the trial run itself, as if he was only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? Then I haven't damaged his case at all?
Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution is trying to prove has become meaningless.
And I figured it would come to this. What?
Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of?
Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm?
Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
Adrian Shorty Andrews, right? On Guard's manager, an intensely short woman. Okay, it doesn't actually say that, but...
Adrian Andrews.
If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman.
And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her?
For starters, she's short. And she can freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night.
And how does that all add up?
It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Angard's fingerprints all over it.
The knife that was used as the murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, Mr. Wright?
I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. I don't know why that was hard for me to read. I'll do it again. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrienne Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. Whatever, good enough. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. We're pretty much at the end of it here. Don't know if you're back yet. Oh, you are? Okay, cool.
Order! We ordered food like an hour ago. Where is it? It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Andrews Adrian or whatever. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony.
Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? Adrian Andrews is summoned to the court as a witness. It means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Oh no! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya...
Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow.
What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court.
Now then.
Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today.
I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not...
I abhor wasting such valuable time.
Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development.
Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honor.
And what do you mean by that?
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing...
Wow, okay.
That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Andrews is all happening according to plan. Even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on.
What?
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Adrienne Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness.
Everything was planned out in advance by that man? Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over.
Exactly.
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess.
All right. I think we made some good headway in this case. It seems like we got through a lot. From pretty much the beginning all the way through the first part of that trial. So the question I have for you is, would you like to continue with this at all? Because we could. The next section is probably about an hour long or so. And, yeah. We could quit this, and I'll go get some dinner, and we can watch some Last Samurai, because there's everything we're doing today is about samurai, apparently. Nickel Samurai, Steel Samurai, Samurai, Tom Cruise as a samurai. So let me know what you're up for. Your voice a break. Okay, yeah. Okay. Cool. So that was a thing that we did for 3.5 hours. Lots of headway made on this case, and next time we do it, I don't even know if we'll finish it next time. This is a long case. So I'm gonna guess that we still got 2 play sessions in on this, and I think we're probably about a third of the way through. We'll catch up on this next time. Maybe later this week. Maybe Tuesday. How about Tuesday is probably good. Day to rest the voice, and then yeah. So all right. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in a minute.